Welcome and thank you for clicking on the first episode here at the Summit Valley Sports. Summit Valley Sports, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and we'll get straight into the podcast. As you guys are clicking on this video, this is an MMA podcast. Here for fight news, opinions, all sorts of stuff. Anything to do with MMA. UFC is my passion. I'm Jonesy, by the way. I started this business, Summit Valley Sports, about almost 2 years ago. Started this business on TikTok actually, and just was posting. I just randomly started. It was a passion project at first, and just kind of started getting views, followers. People started commenting, and the community is very fun. So trying to branch out there and get the LLC, I guess, bigger as anyone would want. Again, here's the shirts. I sell them, by the way. DM me or comment down below if you're interested. I have another logo as well. I could prop out here pretty soon. But yeah, started this about almost 2 years ago, and I've had fun doing it. I got busy with life, bought my first house, got married. Um, it's been a busy life. It's been fun though. It's been fun. Uh, I've been to one UFC fight. It's been UFC 290. It was amazing. I watched Robbie Lawler retire. He knocked out Nico Price, which he actually just retired. Who did he? Oh, Michael Chiesa. That was the retirement fight. That's hilarious. Yeah. See, we'll be. This is why I'm starting this. I want to start this community. I want to get into this, and I mean, I've had this passion for a long time. It's time to get into this now. Um, what better way too? UFC's blowing up, and I mean, I've been here for the beginning. I started watching. Wow. I think when John Jones first started, I watched his DQ. I watched him get disqualified from his elbows. Um, yeah, a long time ago. Favorite fighter to get to know me a little bit. Favorite fighter is probably John Jones, the GOAT, obviously. I like Conor McGregor. I'm Irish, as you can see in the beard, ginger. um, what else about myself? Let's think. Let's think. This is gonna be raw, so bear with me, you guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any suggestions, anything to help me out with. I appreciate anything. Um, yeah, as you can see, I'm in the studio right now. It hasn't been painted, but I had the design and brand put onto the wall, and once it's painted, it's gonna look beautiful in here. I thought this was the perfect time to start with you guys, and you guys can see literally the beginning of this. Um, yeah, I can't wait. This is gonna be amazing. Shout out my buddy too, Tyler. He drew this. That's shout out Tyler. Very very nice work. Let him know in the comments too. Let him know in the comments. Um. All right. I think that's it about myself. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure we'll do a Q&A later on in the future. We don't got to worry about that right now. Let's get straight into it though. First, not too many topics actually this week, so it maybe a short podcast as I normally would want. Scheduling wise, I guess we could get into real quick before I start. Every Wednesday, I want to be dropping a new podcast. Every Wednesday, new episode. Hopefully in the future, there's a little few connections with some fighters here. Maybe I could get some going, some sit down podcast interviews. That'd be pretty cool. Just kind of chill vibes. That's all. That's really what I want on this podcast. Nothing, no pressure. This is all fun. Um, Yeah, so every Wednesday podcast, new podcast. Every Thursday prediction video for the upcoming week. So UFC 327 prediction videos will be posted on Thursday tomorrow. And then Saturday, or no. Sunday will be the fight reactions for the Saturday fights. So trying to stay a little busy. Maybe we could produce more content later in the future, but for now, I want to enjoy my Fridays, want to enjoy the Saturday nights with the boys and watch all the fights. Maybe I could get a camera guy to come with us eventually in the future. I'm not sure, but yeah, we are always going out on for Saturdays. Anyways, I think that's it for the schedule. We'll get straight back into the pod for the first topic. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Absolutely crazy fight. I love the fight. I love the fight. It could have been Manel Kopp and Joshua Van. Joshua Van's very young, so I think no matter who he fights, based on the MMA game of Taira too, his jiu-jitsu is insane. Absolutely elite jiu-jitsu. I think, yeah, I think Taira takes it in all honesty, but we're not giving predictions right now. The crazy thing on the topic, Joshua Van and Taira's fight gets moved 1 month out. I had a little question. I wasn't too sure what's happening. Let me know in the comments if you guys know. It has to be something minor or maybe sickness. Maybe they weren't ready for the fight, but they were supposed to be fighting this weekend for a co-main event on this absolutely stacked card. UFC stacked 327. If you guys get a chance to watch UFC 327 on Paramount, watch it. It's absolutely going to be a banger. They got the second fight in the event is Gastelum versus Vicente Luque, two vets. Absolutely crazy. Anyways, get back on. This is why I started the podcast. I could rant about anything on MMA topics. Joshua Van being moved 1 month out. Yeah, let me know. Like I said, let me know what you guys have heard. I don't know if there's an injury in Van's camp. I heard it's on Van's side. So maybe a sickness, maybe minor injury. Not too sure. Not too sure there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal. Just 1 month out. I mean, yeah, that's not too big of a deal. I think, like I said, I'm leaning Taira for the all-around MMA game. His striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I really like Van. I think it was amazing to see him win the belt. Maybe not in the way he did with an injury, but to see that young of a kid to get the belt wrapped around him was pretty cool. It was really cool. Yeah, I hope everyone's 100% when the fight comes. Who are they? I think it got pushed to co-main event on 328 to who's the main event on that? Oh, the Boogeyman, MMA's Boogeyman, Hamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Absolutely banger fight. So crazy, so crazy. UFC's doing it right now. They know what they're doing. I think that if I had my phone in front of me right now, UFC 328 in my head right now, it's seeming pretty good. Wow, that's gonna be a banger of an event. Alrighty, on to the next one. I think, yeah, because that's it about the Van. Cub Swanson's retirement. Yes, wow. Yeah, Cub Swanson's retirement fight this weekend. Who's he fight? Oh, he's fighting Nate Landwehr. That's gonna be a pretty good fight. Uh, I've been seeing that Cub's been really into the coaching lately. I think I've seen that he has his own gym now. He has some very young prospects in his corner actually. Shout out Danny Silva. Uh, just huge underdog for his last fight and beat up the Pink Panther in his debut. Absolutely crazy fight. Congratulations, Danny Silva, by the way. I had him for a pick, and he was my island. Um, let's see. Yeah, Cub Swanson's. Oh yes, that's what I was talking about. Cub Swanson retirement fight against Nate Landwehr. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough fight. Nate's a dog. Nate's a dog. Cub's a dog too. We gotta remember his career. He's done amazing things for the MMA community. He's such a great fighter. He's turning into a coach now for these young dogs. I think it's amazing to see Danny Silva and him. I love seeing that. I can't wait for Danny Silva's next fight. Um, yeah, that's gonna be amazing. For the fight this weekend, yeah, I'll get to the predictions in tomorrow's video, but yeah, we'll see about that fight. Shout out Cub Swanson. Congratulations on the career. Um, Thank you for everything you've done. I know the MMA community is definitely thankful for you as a fighter. Let's see. Izzy's next fight. Another old. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Izzy's next fight. Um, yeah, what is he? 1-5 in his last fight? 5 fights. He just got knocked out by or no, not. Jeez, we're off Nate Landwehr. Shout out Nate Landwehr too. No hate. He just got knocked out by Joe Pyfer. That's my ginger cousin. That's what I call him. Shout out Joe Pyfer too. Joe Pyfer, yeah. Yeah, that fight was crazy. Izzy was looking amazing. Like again, just like his last few fights against DDP, doing amazing, and then Trips gets submitted by DDP. Then fighting Joe Pyfer has amazing first round. Everyone's wow, Izzy's back, and then second round happens. Tries to brawl with the big brawler, and Joe Pyfer knocks him out. Has to show him who has the real power. I mean, everyone saw that coming if they seen that how he was gonna fight in the second round. I think everyone misses the old Izzy. I miss the old Izzy. I just think he's done his dues. He's a little older for the game. There's newer, there's younger, there's stronger cats in the game now. I mean, for his next opponent, speaking of a young cat, we got Bo Nickel. Maybe that's his next opponent. He's coming off of a White House card. He's fighting Kyle Dawkins, who I'm gonna assume that's just feeding to the dogs. Kyle Dawkins. No offense, Bo Nickel's on this trajectory, and they're gonna be pushing American superstars, and I think he's the next American superstar, especially for that middleweight division. With Khamzat Chimaev fighting his last middleweight fight pretty soon in May. That's gonna be his last middleweight fight, and then he's moving up to light heavyweight. So be aware, all those light heavyweight fighters now, who everyone thinks they're moving from middleweight to light heavyweight. Yeah, be aware, because now the boogeyman's going to be coming into that division. So, anyways, we're getting way off topic. This is why I started this podcast. I could keep rolling and rolling. I got knowledge up here about all this and opinions. But yeah, Izzy's next opponent, Bo Nickel. I think that's a perfect opponent, especially if he flashes his potential against Kyle Dawkins, especially in front of everyone on the White House card. I think. Sorry about that. I think Izzy's next fight. Yeah, Bo Nickel. I think that's like a perfect matchup. Kickboxer versus wrestler. Let's see if Izzy is completely gone. If he's not, gets past Bo Nickel, then so be it. Maybe give him a few more fights. I kind of doubt it in that point because Bo Nickel's gonna, like I said, high trajectory right now. He's skyrocketing. I know he just got finished by RDR, but let's be real, RDR is a weight bully. He should be in an upper weight class, which I can completely see him moving up to. Like I said, be aware, everyone. The boogeyman's coming for the light heavyweight division after he finishes Strickland, probably. Yeah, Izzy's next opponent. Bo Nickel's only maybe RoboCop. RoboCop just got he just got a one punch knockout on Bruno Ferreira in the rematch. That was hilarious. I did not see the one punch. I thought he was gonna wrestle. I couldn't believe that. Bruno Ferreira was doing amazing. Or I think he was on like a 3-4 fight win streak before that fight. So he was on a hot streak, and then boom, one punch knockout by RoboCop. So maybe RoboCop and Izzy next. Maybe that'd be crazy. Because RoboCop's on a four-ish fight win streak, if I could remember right. Like I said, I don't have my phone. If I had my phone right now. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Izzy's next fight. He said he's not done, surprisingly. I thought he was maybe going to retire, especially if he got finished. And he didn't get finished brutally. It wasn't horrible. He was looking good, and then, like I said, second round happened. He thought he could brawl with a brawler, which, I mean, I guess happens to the best of us. I mean, yeah. Just gets in his head, I guess, at the moment and thinks he could brawl with Piper. I don't know. Maybe he's just done. I don't know. I know he's done good for himself, so yeah. If I had a pick, I'm gonna say the UFC. The UFC schedules Bo Nickel and Izzy after Bo Nickel gets a finish on the White House card. And that will be Izzy's last fight in the UFC. I can't see him fighting past that. I don't think he will. I think he's even said in a few interviews he doesn't see himself fighting past 2027, he said. So that leaves one more fight at the end of the year, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Again, Izzy's up there in age, and he's done his dues. He's done a lot for the game. Like I said, if there is everyone says this actually. If there is no Izzy, there's no Pereira. So, and I believe that if there was no rivalry there, that wouldn't have brought the UFC to sign him and continue that rivalry into their organization. And they've banked on that. And now look at Pereira now. He's about to make history. He's going to be a 3-time world champion. And yeah, that absolutely crazy career for Pereira. Super fast. I don't think we're ever going to see something this quickly. Anyways. To the next one. Alibi Idris. 1-year suspension. Completely surprised about this. Alibi is, wow. very young prospect coming off of the tough, the Ultimate Fighter, contender or not contender series, the Ultimate Fighter series. He was being coached by DC. He's one of DC's guys. Uh, yeah, I was very surprised to see this. Very surprised to see this in the headlines. Um, I seen that he was cooperating, and he admitted that he took something, and he I forgot why he said he took it, but he took it because I think he was. I don't want to say he was hurt. I don't want to say anything because like I said, I don't have my phone right here. I would have to check. Yeah, but Idris, yeah, 1 year suspension. Can't believe that. So that lead what won't be back to almost past 2027. That's crazy. So that's you don't ever want to hear that, especially with a young prospect. He lost his debut against Morales, who's been in the UFC before. So I mean, Morales is good too. We've seen how Morales is. Joseph Morales, he's very good. Um, and then who did he fight? I think he just fought Ode Osborne and beat him. So yeah, very good win for his second fight. Yeah, very sad news though for the 1 year suspension. You never want to hear that. Uh, I was very surprised. Very surprised. I would like to see if I hope he just train, just have yourself surrounded around the right people. Um, yeah, that's about it. I hope to see him in the future. I hope they don't let him go based off of this. Let's see. Next topic. Oh, Covington. Oh yeah, yeah. This is wild. This is wild. Covington files lawsuit on Masvidal. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if it's based off the timing or what's going on. Uh, yeah, I don't know if it's because like I said, Covington maybe he's heard Masvidal's name in the headlines lately about him possibly fighting McGregor. He's been hinting that he said he wants to come back at the UFC, and then he's been talking to the UFC. So I don't know. I'm not too sure there. This is from 4 years ago, as I believe, in 2022, I think. Um, if I could remember correctly, I think Kobe Covington was out with the Nelk Boys, and I mean, boys were just out chilling, and then I guess Jorge Masvidal sucker punched him right in the mouth, and he lost a few teeth, from what I could remember. Uh, yeah, I think Covington tried saying the boys set him up, which I can't see that at all. I don't see why they would even do that or why they would even try to involve themselves into their drama. Because Covington and Masvidal they've had their beefs for a while now, and I don't know. I don't know. They fought before, and I think Covington won, and then that's what happened. And yeah, I mean, Covington. He plays that character. He's admitted he played that character for the UFC. He's like, I played that character for 6 years, and he was all butthurt about not getting on the White House card. But from what I heard that he declined a fight on the White House card because of the certain opponent. He didn't want to fight Bo Nickel on the White House card, from what I've heard, allegedly. Um, yeah, I don't want to get a lawsuit. Uh, Covington, yeah, I don't know why 4 years later, very weird, very weird. I didn't think he would go through with this. I heard about it a long time ago, and just everyone kind of like dropped it. Uh, but yeah, Masvidal has been doing great for himself. He has Game Bread. I know that's going on. That's going to be in the DR, which I'm going to be in the DR later this summer. I can't wait. First time there. Uh, yeah, yeah, very very interesting. I don't know why he would be doing this. He's been trying to get in the headlines lately, especially with ripping the UFC, ripping the pay. He's been talking about RAF, which later we'll get into. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just butthurt. Masvidal's doing great for himself outside the UFC. Um, or he's jealous about the Conor McGregor fight, getting the red panty night. Anyway, next we'll skip over to the next um segment. Let's see, Gene Silva versus Cheeto in a submission jiu-jitsu match. Okay, jiu-jitsu wrestling match. Okay. Um, yeah, Gene Silva, he's been staying active. I've been seeing him everywhere. He's just trying to stay active. He's ready to fight Volk. He's so ready. Uh, Volkanovski's the GOAT, by the way, featherweight GOAT. He's so crazy. Can't believe he's doing what he's doing, especially at the age he's at. Uh, yeah. Anyway, Cheeto versus Silva is such a weird jujitsu match. I didn't think you would ever see that. Um, like I said, Silva's just trying to stay busy. He's not he just saw Evlev and Murphy fight, so I'm gonna assume Evlev's getting the next title shot against Volk. I think he should have already had it originally. It shouldn't have been Diego rematch. That should have never happened yet. Diego should have been building himself up. Diego is actually fighting on the White House card, which is crazy. I think that's the first card it's opening up as. Um. Yeah. Gene Silva versus Cheeto. Who would I have in that? For a submission jiu-jitsu match. For jiu-jitsu, Cheeto or Gene Silva. Jiu-jitsu wrestling match. I think Silva's wrestling is better. And I think Cheeto's jiu-jitsu is sneaky on his back. I don't know if he could play offensively in the jiu-jitsu, I guess. He has to be on his back, and you have to play into his game. So for my prediction for that fight, or wrestling match, whatever you want to call this, I keep calling it weird names. It's a submission wrestling match. I think Gene Silva's wrestling is a little underrated, in all honesty. Training with the Fighting Nerds, training with Kaio. I think Silva's wrestling is very, very underrated. Um, I'm gonna go with Silva's wrestling. As long as he could avoid Cheeto's submission game, I think Silva's gonna play it smart and just test his wrestling as he's been doing. I think he just wrestled and out wrestled Bryce Mitchell, which is crazy. He's out wrestling the wrestler. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah. Uh, this wrestling stuff is blowing the views out of water. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, which shout out all the organizations setting this up. I mean, it's entertainment for us. It's entertainment for everyone around the world. So this is amazing. Which kind of brings us into our next segment. UFC fighters competing in RAF. I don't know if you guys have been seeing lately in the headlines. Everyone's been competing. I mean, big Armin. I mean, that's our number one contender right there. I don't know how the UFC is letting their top contenders doing this. I understand staying in the media, keeping their name fresh. I completely understand that, but wrestling and risking injury, I do not agree with, especially a number one contender who's possibly going to fight for the belt here soon. Who people already think Armin is better than Ilya. So I want to see that in the future. I'm not trying to have some social media wrestler ruin that chance of us seeing that fight over Armin just getting a quick bag of $1 million so he could buy his next Lambo. Which, no offense, I every fighter deserves to go buy their new Lambo. I mean, I wish every fighter could go do that. Um, you guys deserve it, and you guys risk your bodies. You guys risk your future. You guys deserve that high pay. We won't even get into that right now, but um, yes, yeah, it's very. I don't know what the UFC in the future they have plans for the RAF and competing for their organization. I know, I do understand it is helping UFC as well for the view wise. They're seeing this guy Armin compete, and they're wow. Let me see Armin, and he has fights on the UFC. He's fought blah 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 da 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 da. He's fought Jose Alvarez or Joel Alvarez. That's crazy. Like, and then let me see that fight. How long ago was that? Like, yeah. I understand it. I get the marketing. I understand it, but you got to understand the risk and the injury to that certain fighter, and then the future of that. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. In all honesty, I would not be surprised if the UFC cuts that back and hey, you got to fight in probably the next 8 months, so probably shouldn't risk an injury, right? Especially a big fight. Um, which like I said, I think all the fighters deserve to get their bag. They deserve the best pay as they can get. Uh, but yeah, RAF and the UFC, I don't know. I don't know if that has a future. I don't think so. I don't think it should, especially risking it. You have Kobe Covington saying almost committing to RAF over UFC right now because he's trying to beef with the matchmakers, he's trying to beef with the pay. So I don't know what Kobe Covington's trying to do. That's what I was referencing earlier. He's getting into the RAF. He has his debut coming up. Who does he debut against? I forgot. There's a few UFC fighters debuts for RAF. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. If there's a future in it for the UFC or what if they're gonna allow it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're gonna allow that. Um, yeah. I hope everything's turning out good too. By the way, like I said, bear with me. This is the first episode, so as we get through going with this, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna get things rolling, and things are gonna be popping off. I really love this artwork. I'm in love with it. I love the seat. I love the podcast seat. Um, yeah, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I'm very happy. Life's doing very amazing right now. Last topic, and this is the end of the first podcast. Absolutely crazy. Thank you guys for. Hope you guys stayed along. Hope I was not being too boring for the first episode. I know I could rant on and stuff, but I hope you guys see the passion flowing out as I talk. I absolutely love this industry. I that's why I'm starting my own brand. I want to create my path into this industry. I mean, to start off on your own, it's very, very hard, and to get into the industry on your own, it's absolutely crazy. So I want to just create my own path and see if I could do this my way, and if I can, I'm gonna enjoy it because, like I said, this is passion. This is from the heart. I thank you guys again for everything. For the last topic, Gable Stevenson. Wow, a young prospect. I cannot wait. I mean, we will get later into this topic about young prospects, but Gable Stevenson for right now. He has his debut. We were talking about RAF. That's why I'm bringing him up. He has his debut in RAF. I can't wait to see that. I just want to see him compete and compete and compete. Keep competing. Keep doing your thing. Keep surrounding yourself with good people. I always say that because that's very true. You need to surround yourself with good people. Yeah, shout out Gable Stevenson. I can't wait to see you in the UFC. I know you have a future in the UFC. Yeah, just keep working, keep working. Really want to see you in there soon. Another guy I want to see, Muhammad Makayev. I really, really want to see in the UFC. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about top prospects, but I mean, if we're talking about it, I got to bring up Muhammad. Makayev is absolutely the most elite fighter that's not in the UFC right now. He is going to be fighting on the Netflix card, MVP card. He is fighting Morales. I think he's a little older. He's up there in age. If I can remember, I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with that fight. I just know Makayev. I want him back in the UFC. He has his temper. He's a young little gangster. But I think he's matured. I think he's learned that he doesn't run the show. He absolutely doesn't run the show. I think he's learned that. It's much bigger than him, than an undefeated prospect. The UFC is a big organization. It's a business. I think he's realized that now. He's just suffered his first loss, which I think is amazing for him mentally. He just got submitted by Arman Tsarukyan, big brothered by him, who's, 30, 40 pounds more? I mean, I see Chimaev on Instagram making fun of Arman Tsarukyan. 30 pound, 40 pound brother. Yeah, that's hilarious. It's absolutely true. Arman Tsarukyan big brothered Makayev. Which, I mean, I think is good. I think it's good for Makayev. I think that was good, and maybe it shows his game isn't absolutely the best, and he can get beat on any given day, and if he's not feeling the best too. So I think that's good for someone like that to suffer their first loss. And it didn't even go on his MMA record, so which is even better. So to suffer your first loss and it not to be on your MMA record. It was on like a jiu-jitsu wrestling record or whatever. I don't even know. Anyways, yeah, top prospect. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Muhammad Makayev. Get familiar with him. I really, really hope the UFC signs him. If anyone's watching this or has the power to do so, let's get Makayev back in. Let's get Gable Stevenson in immediately. Let him get his fights in. Yeah, I'm very excited for those two prospects. Like I said, we'll talk about prospects. I'm sure I'll make a video. I got crazy prospects I got crazy prospects up here, and I just can't wait to express all this passion and everything to you guys. And thank you again. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys stayed. Like I said, if you guys are interested in shirts and supporting, DM me. I have a website right now. If it's not working though, yeah, like I said, DM me. Let me know if you're interested. I have another logo which I could go get right now. There we go. All right, here's the other logo. You see that? So Summit Valley Sports, it's the sunset. It's the Arizona sunset. We're on top of the community. You see that? We're going to make this community on the top. Okay? Let me know if you guys are interested. Thank you again. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, share the video if you can. Share it to your friends, family, co-workers, anything. Anyone who's familiar with UFC, anyone who's watching UFC, get this video out. Let's build this community. Let's build it from the top, or from the ground top to the top. Thank you again, guys. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.